Behind you is our protected corral, where more than 9,500 endangered hatchling eggs are being protected as we wait for them to hatch. We are frantically working to prepare this corral for what is pending extreme flooding and high tides or storm surge.
My name is Wendy Knight. I am the Chief Executive Officer at Sea Turtle Inc. Sea Turtle Inc. is a nonprofit, a sea turtle rehabilitation center right here on South Padre Island, Texas. We really focus on rehabilitation of injured sea turtles. We have an entire conservation organization that protects more than 10,000 hatchling eggs every season and nesting females. And then we have a research facility as well as an education. We are in the height of nesting season here at Sea Turtle Inc. South Padre Island is one of the few places in the world where the most critically endangered sea turtle, the Kemp's Ridley sea turtle, nests. So this time of year, up to 100 nesting females will come up on the beach and lay anywhere from 80 to 120 eggs in the sand. And it's Sea Turtle Inc.'s responsibility to not only protect those mamas as they're laying their nests, but then to excavate those eggs and we move them back into a protected federal corral. We bury them in the sand there, and then somewhere between 45 and 55 days later, thousands of baby sea turtles are born and released by Sea Turtle Inc. into the Gulf of Mexico. So this storm is critically compromising the corral, which is where right now we have more than 8,000 eggs that are still unhatched. Our really biggest concern is obviously tidal surge. Standing water on top of the eggs really limits the egg's ability to have that carbon exchange, and essentially the eggs will stop developing together. So we ideally will need to and have a plan.
We're spending these next couple of days, as we have the time to prepare, building a wall of sand and creating an attempt at redirecting the high tides and the floods away from our protected and so precious eggs and hatchlings that are in the corral behind me. So this is the beginning of a couple of days worth of manual effort. You see our staff and volunteers behind me here in the beautiful Texas sun on this beautiful July morning, working to protect these critically endangered animals.
Unfortunately, we just lived through this in Alberta, which ended up with our very small staff out at 3 a.m. trying to get water out of the corral. So we've had the unlucky fortune of being able to see how it flooded recently, and are really using that scenario to try to plan for the best to save these eggs. In addition to the more than 8,000 eggs that are keeping us up at night, we're a fully functioning hospital. So I have an entire hospital of patients sea turtles that we're giving life-saving care to. We're in the middle of a construction project. So we have made the decision to fully evacuate that tent, and we're gonna bring all the patients into our education center. So that will protect them and the staff that's caring for them from any flying debris. Our priority and focus at this point is to protect the animals. I feel like we have a very strong foundation and enough tentacles off the main plan to be able to be really agile and to really adjust based on how this develops. This is not, unfortunately, our first natural disaster. And as we always do, we'll continue to provide live updates on all of our social media channels. You can follow us on Facebook at Sea Turtle Inc. And we will be relentless about making sure that our supporters and our followers know where we are, most importantly, what we need, and how they can help from where they are to get us through really the next 3 or 4 days.